Welcome to FRC Media News for Thursday, April 14th, 2022. I'm Keith Tebow. Fall River School Superintendent has been given a long-term contract. A company that specializes in naval location technology opens up shop in Fall River, and students at the Atlantis Charter School hold a fundraiser for Ukraine. All this and more coming up. The Fall River School Committee this week voted to approve a 4-year contract for Superintendent Maria Ponce. Mayor Paul Coogan tells us Superintendent Ponce has been a stabilizing force within the school department.
She entered into the position, obviously when the schools were coming out of the cloud, and she's done a bang-up job for us. Her experience both in the private schools, the public schools, and elementary, middle, high, and her curriculum work, I think, position her well to be a success in that position. I just don't see how her connections to Fall River won't help her to be successful as the next superintendent of schools in Fall River. She got a good demeanor, she has a good way with people, and she knows where things are, which is very, very important to be a superintendent in Fall River.
Ponce became interim superintendent last July 1st following the resignation of Matthew Malone. Ponce was appointed as full-time superintendent earlier this year. It's budget season, and a joint meeting of the City Council and School Committee was held last week where the city gave the first overview of its fiscal year 2023 spending plan. The administration is currently working on a budget likely to be over $370 million, a nearly 7% increase over FY 2022. The bulk of the increase is a result of additional state revenue received for schools. At the meeting, Mayor Paul Coogan said the budget will include the use of the American Rescue Plan Act money received in response to the pandemic, a portion of which will offset the amount taxpayers will be asked to spend next year for the construction of the new BMC Durfee High School.
The budget being proposed here today reflects the needs of our various departments to make certain that we can provide high-quality services to the residents of Fall River. The final budget will be crafted with collaboration and feedback from our financial team, department heads, members of the City Council and School Committee, and of course the school administration. And one part of the plan that we'll be presenting tonight is to reduce the Durfee debt exclusion by $2.2 million using ARPA funds to offset half of the increase for our residential and commercial ratepayers. I know it's a small decrease, but it's money back in their pockets at this time. As we continue to plan for the use of the city's ARPA funding as well, additional funding may be coming down from the state and county. And we are guided by one singular vision: to ensure that our residents receive the services they need, that our students receive a quality education, our streets are safe, and that Fall River continues to be an inviting place for businesses and young entrepreneurs and old alike.
The mayor's final budget proposal will be sent to the City Council for approval sometime early next month. The school committee approved its 2023 budget at its meeting on Monday. That spending plan is expected to total over $200 million. The Coogan administration is looking to forge a collaborative partnership between the city's veterans organizations and new veteran service officer, Makayla Brito. The disagreements came to light at Tuesday's Fall River City Council meeting as veterans expressed support for plans to create a Veterans Advisory Panel. Robert Guinan, commander of the Fall River War Veterans Council, said Ms. Brito is looking to take over control of veteran-centered events.
Not too long ago, 3 weeks ago, I met with the Veterans Service Officer, and the discussion we had was about the Memorial Day Parade. She informed me that she is now in charge of the parade, and she would like to make changes to the parade. Well, I was quite surprised because in the past, the War Council has always managed the parade, coordinated the parade, set up the parades, bands for the parade, and so on. So it was very surprising that she wanted to be in charge. That's something we've always done with all the parades in the city. And we offered to assist her with the parade, and but she said, we'd like to do it, my way.
City Administrator Seth Aiken said the disagreement between the parties is complicated, with both sides working on what they feel is in the best interests of city veterans.
I think there's a lot of information here that it goes much deeper than simply, somebody saying this person's not doing his or her job. I think that change is really hard, especially for veterans who have been used to a certain way for a long time. And we're a city where we want people to do things correctly, and we often lament why things haven't been done correctly in the past. But then sometimes when somebody comes in to change something and to try to do it in the way that they think is correct, they get destroyed. And I think Michaela's been in a very difficult position. Even though there are things that as she's learning, I mean, let's keep in mind, she's been in the position less than a year. There's things she's learning that I know she knows she can do better and continue to work on. I think there's ways that she could be met halfway. I think there are some sort of personal things here between the veterans and the VSO that are difficult to work through, but need to be worked through because it's not just as simple as one person's bad and the other group is good. It's not that simple.
Mayor Paul Coogan said the tensions between the parties has been simmering for some time, and he hopes that establishing an advisory panel will allow for better communication and collaboration.
Very, very important that we all get on the same page. We all work together to make sure our veterans are protected, they're rightfully honored, and that we make sure they get the benefits they deserve. That's the whole ball game right there. We have Memorial Day coming up. We have things planned. We want them all to participate. We want everyone to just make sure we're on the same page and that the veterans are front and center. Those individual veterans, the ones that need our support, that need to work with us to make Fall River a better place to live. And I'm sure we'll get there. I just know it's going to take a little fence mending, but we'll get to it. It's something we have to work on, and we're fully prepared to do that.
Mayor Coogan also commented on news that the police department has lost 2 years' worth of drug bylogs. The loss of the information could impact the prosecution of those charged with drug offenses. The mayor says the Bristol County District Attorney's Office will be leading an investigation into how the files went missing.
The policies had already been changed for that division going forward. Some of them were a little antiquated, and now they've been updated to the point where everything's going to be on a JPEG or on a computer so that everything's kept electronically. At the same time, obviously things missing in a police department is always very, very concerning because that involves evidence and cases, and I really hope that the district attorney and the investigative team he's putting in place to check this out, come to the bottom. I'll get to the bottom of what happened here. But with another new police chief, it's something we have to go through so that people can then regain confidence in the Fall Police Department.
Nearly 2 years in the making, Michael Incorporated this week cut the ribbon on its manufacturing facility located in the Fall River Industrial Park. Michael has 25 employees and moved into its facility just prior to the pandemic. It's been in business for over 20 years, providing submarine undersea location technology for the U.S. Navy.
An underwater beacon, and it has a lot of electronics in it that process a signal and also communicate a signal to the submarine. It acts like an underwater GPS. If you think about GPS as a satellite, this is just like that, but underwater. So it actually emits a ping, and now the submarine can tell where it is in relation to the beacon, and now it knows where it is precisely underwater. Not only does it know where it is precisely, but it can do that without surfacing and giving away its position, which is exactly why we have submarines, right? In order to remain stealthy, in order to remain submerged. And we are part of enabling them to do that with more precision and accuracy and safety for our men and women in uniform. Right now, we are 100% defense. Some of our technology where we will, it has application in the commercial world, and we're hopeful that we can, expand outside into some of the other industries.
The ribbon cutting fell on National Submarine Day. Retired Vice Admiral John Donnelly says the Navy's fleet of submarines is the best in the world, in part due to the technological innovations a company like Michael develops.
Michael and all of you who work here are key to maintaining that supremacy going into the future. I envision a future where in the very near term we're going to have the challenge of integrating unmanned undersea vehicles into the force. This is a force consisting of the Columbia-class SSBN, the Virginia-class Block 5, the SSN-X to follow it. And your SANS system, submerged acoustic navigation system, will be key to that integration, providing navigation information and data storage and upload to those SSNs that will operate in concert with our manned platforms.
Ms. Mandel says the decision to expand into Fall River was an easy one.
We started here about 20 years ago. We worked really closely with UMass Dartmouth, and we worked in their incubator facility. At the time, it was called ATMC. You have a sense of community. They welcome you. They want you here. They want to work with companies that develop technology, that provide challenging jobs, right? That have opportunities for people. And you feel that. You feel that by being here. And so it's a really rewarding experience to be able to come back. We were very close to Newark, Newport for a very long time, which was our primary office space. But when we started looking around to expand, we were so thrilled to be able to come back to Fall River. It was perfect.
Beginning this Monday, April 18th, and running through June 22nd, the City of Fall River will be conducting its semi-annual water system flushing program. Flushing will primarily take place from 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m., but some night flushing may also happen between the hours of 9 p.m. and 1 a.m. Residents may experience temporary discoloration of water. Please make sure you check on the coloration of the water before doing any laundry. For any questions, you can contact the Water Department at 508-324-2721. New COVID-19 infections in Fall River remain flat. Here's an update on the latest numbers from a report from last Thursday, April 7th. 41 new cases of the virus were reported last week, up from 48 the week before. 29,635 cases of COVID have been recorded in Fall River since the onset of the pandemic. Vaccination rates are still flat. 70% of city residents have received at least one dose of the vaccine, while 62% are fully vaccinated. Only 27% of city residents have received the COVID vaccine booster. You can find out more on where to get the COVID-19 vaccine for free in Fall River by visiting frvax.com or by calling 833-8VAX-NOW. That's 833-882-9669. Speaking of frvax.com, that's the place vaccinated high school seniors in Fall River can register to be eligible to win a prom package as part of the United Way and the City of Fall River's latest Youth Vax giveaway. One senior from each city high school will receive 2 prom tickets, a floral gift certificate, a certificate for hair and nails, and a tux rental or reimbursement. One grand prize winner will also receive limo service to and from the prom. Register and find out more at frvax.com. The deadline to register is April 29th. We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center. Health Center Registered Nurse. Star, located at 400 Stanley Street, seeks a full-time health center registered nurse, responsible for the day-to-day operations of the Family Health Care Center, Nurses Station, and workflow. Job number 165-92250. Customer Service Representative. Mosquito Mike, located at 75 Ferry Street, is looking for a part-time customer service representative, responsible for helping customers by providing product and service information, answering questions, and resolving any concerns they may have with payment and routing. Job number 165-93261. Child Care Site Coordinator. Citizens for Citizens Incorporated, located at 427 Robeson Street, is seeking a full-time child care site coordinator, responsible for managing disciplinary issues when needed, maintain student files and monthly observations, directing staff meetings and oversee snack and meal sessions. Job number 165-87613. Housekeeper Cooks. The Lizzie Borden House, located at 230 2nd Street, is looking for a part-time housekeeper cooks. For more information, call 508-675-7333. Blount Fine Foods, located at 630 Current Road, has an immediate need for the following full and part-time positions. Senior Project Specialist, job number 165-81333. Maintenance Coordinator, job number 165-81334. For more information about these or other positions, visit Mass Hire JobQuest at jobquest.dcs.eol.mass.gov or call the Mass Hire Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
Welcome back. Students at the Atlantis Charter School in Fall River last week completed a fundraiser to support those suffering from the war in Ukraine.
We created a GoFundMe, and we had students, teachers, staff, and just anyone that can get involved donate money to this GoFundMe so we can raise money for families in need. And what we did for K-6 to raise as much money as we can, we had a dress down day because we know our students love dress down days.
Oh yeah.
And they donated even more money to help families in need. And we ended up having over $6,000 for families, because we know families need food and stuff like that in Ukraine, because war is just a horrible thing to happen.
The money raised was given to the United Way of Greater Fall River, which is part of the organization's United for Ukraine campaign.
We have United Way affiliates in Poland, Romania, and Hungary that are assisting with the refugees and providing all kinds of resources for the families that are fleeing, obviously, the war-torn country of Ukraine. And so we started this United for Ukraine Fund about 3 weeks ago with the goal of $10,000. We're not taking any administrative fees. All the dollars are going directly to support efforts on the ground. And we've had reach outs from various community organizations and partners. So Atlantis Charter School decided to put together a fundraiser. They did a GoFundMe page, and they put together a fundraiser to support these efforts with a goal of $5,000. They exceeded that goal, raising over $6,000, and to date are our largest donor to the United for Ukraine Fund. They put us over the top of our $10,000 goal, and it's amazing the support of the community.
Ms. Smith says the organization looked at providing other resources for those in need, but decided on direct financial support.
We really felt that the dollars were the most efficient and effective way to get support to families, because they're moving, they don't have, they're leaving with the clothes on their backs, they don't have places to stay and to take things with them, and likely wherever they are, it's going to be a short stay and they have to move on. Some may need the money to buy a plane ticket or a train ticket to wherever their next destination is. If they have family here, obviously, they're going to be staying because it's going to be longer than what was anticipated. And as much as folks are saying they want to get back to their homes in Ukraine, they might not have homes to go back to either. So, our thought is that the dollars were the most efficient and effective way to make sure that they get what they need.
The United Way is still accepting donations for its United for Ukraine campaign. Please visit uwgfr.org for more information. We'll wrap up FRC Media News right after this.
Hi, welcome to Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. Today we're actually going to be showing you two cats together. This first one, this is Cutie Pie right here. She is a short-haired Duluth Calico. And then we're also going to be showing Callie down here, who is also 2 years old, and she is a calico. First thing you'll probably notice about Callie, she's a little stressed out. We have been giving them basically their own little room so that she can adjust to the shelter okay. She's actually really, really sweet. We're showing you both of them because it would be preferable if they both went together. I wouldn't necessarily call them a bonded pair. They did come from the same home, and it seems like Callie does rely on Miss Cutie Pie here for a little bit of extra, a little bit of extra confidence. They are, like I said, very affectionate cats. They are going to take, especially Callie, a little bit of time to fully come out in your home. Once they do, I promise you they'll be very, very nice. If you're interested in meeting one or both of them, hopefully both, you can come on down to 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts at Forever Paws Animal Shelter. Today we have Goosey Lucy, kind of a strange name, I know, but she is a puppy. She's only 18 weeks old now, so just a number of months. She is a mixed breed. We haven't been able to nail down exactly what she is, but we're thinking she's got a little bit of hound in her, maybe some lab or something like that in there. She's a mix of things, but she is a very good dog, and that's the most important detail. She actually came to us all the way from Puerto Rico, but she does love people. She does like to get attention, as you can see. You'll want to be a home where she can get enough attention, though. I mean, she is a puppy. She is going to need training. She absolutely should be well socialized while she's good and young. If you'd like to meet Goosey Lucy, you can come down to 300 Linwood Street in Fall River, Massachusetts at Forever Paws Animal Shelter.
That's all for this edition of FRC Media News. Please visit our website at frmedia.org for all the latest news and information. FRC Media News airs Thursdays at 6 p.m. and Fridays at 5:30 p.m. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Keith Tebow. Happy Easter, and we'll talk to you next Thursday.